Welcome back, coin enthusiasts. Today, we're exploring 3 amazing US coins that are rich in history and potentially worth big money. From presidential tributes to trailblazing women, these coins have stories to tell and value to unlock. Let's dive in and discover the treasures that await. Let's start with the 1976 Eisenhower Bicentennial Dollar. This coin, released to celebrate the United States' 200th anniversary, holds a unique place in American coinage. Not only does it represent a historic milestone in the nation's journey, but it also marks a shift in how the U.S. Mint produced and designed coins. With this coin, the Mint sought to blend America's rich history with its modern achievements, offering a tribute to both the past and the future. The year 1976 marked the bicentennial of the United States, celebrating 200 years since the signing of the Declaration of Independence in 1776. This was a monumental event that saw the nation reflecting on its beginnings and its growth into the powerful entity it had become by the 1970s. The United States had undergone major transformations over the previous 2 centuries, including the abolition of slavery, the expansion westward, and the emergence as a global superpower. This bicentennial was not just a time for parties and celebrations. The U.S. government wanted to find a way to commemorate the moment in a way that resonated deeply with the nation's history. In addition to other initiatives, such as the issuance of special stamps and a bicentennial flag, the U.S. Mint decided to release a special coin to mark the occasion. However, the decision to create the 1976 Eisenhower Bicentennial Dollar was not simply about celebrating the past, it was about reinforcing the idea that America was looking forward to a bright future. President Dwight D. Eisenhower, who served as the 34th President of the United States from 1953 to 1961, was selected as the central figure for the coin. Eisenhower's legacy as a World War II general and his role in the Cold War made him an ideal figure to be featured on the coin. Under his leadership, America navigated the complexities of the post-war era and made significant strides in both the military and political arenas. Most notably, Eisenhower helped create the interstate highway system and supported the establishment of NASA during the space race with the Soviet Union. However, the coin wasn't just about Eisenhower's presidency. It was also a way to capture the broader scope of American history, which is why the reverse side of the coin featured the Liberty Bell superimposed on the moon. This powerful image tied the bicentennial to 2 of America's most defining moments, the country's birth and the triumph of landing on the moon during the Apollo 11 mission in 1969. The symbolism of the moon landing was particularly poignant, representing not just a technological and scientific achievement, but a bold vision of America's potential in the new space age. The design of the 1976 Bicentennial Dollar is one of the most recognized in U.S. coinage history. The obverse, or front, of the coin features a portrait of Dwight D. Eisenhower, created by U.S. Mint engraver Frank Gasparro. Gasparro's depiction of the former president is elegant and commanding, showing Eisenhower with his signature strong features and commanding presence. The portrait is surrounded by the inscriptions Liberty and In God We Trust, as well as the year 1976. This year is significant because, for the first time, the coin featured a dual date 1776 to 1976 to represent both the bicentennial and the nation's founding. What truly makes this coin stand out, however, is the reverse. The design here is where the true meaning of the coin lies. The reverse side features the Liberty Bell superimposed on the moon, with the words E pluribus unum arching above. The date 1776 to 1976 appears below, emphasizing the bicentennial. The moon landing image was a direct tribute to the Apollo 11 mission, and by blending the 2 icons, the Liberty Bell and the moon, this reverse symbolized America's founding ideals and its future in space exploration. The minting of this coin was particularly noteworthy as it was the first time that the U.S. Mint produced coins with the dual date format. Additionally, the 1976 Bicentennial Dollar was struck in both copper-nickel, for circulation, and 40% silver, for proofs and uncirculated versions. The copper-nickel versions were made for general circulation, while the silver coins were primarily produced for collectors. This gave the coin a dual purpose. It was both an everyday piece of currency and a commemorative collector's item. The silver version of the coin is often more sought after by collectors, as it's rarer and offers an additional layer of value due to its metal content. In fact, the silver coins are sometimes melted down for their silver value, which only adds to the intrigue surrounding these coins. The 1976 Eisenhower Bicentennial Dollar was struck at multiple U.S. mint facilities, including the Philadelphia Mint, Denver Mint, and San Francisco Mint. The coins from these different mints had varying mintages, which plays into their rarity and value. The San Francisco Mint struck proof coins, while the Philadelphia and Denver mints produced the standard circulation coins. This distinction means that there are slight differences in the coins, which can affect the value depending on the mint mark and the coin's condition. In terms of rarity, the 1976 Eisenhower Bicentennial Dollar is fairly common in its circulated form. Millions of these coins were produced in copper-nickel, so finding a standard circulated version won't necessarily result in a significant financial gain. However, the silver versions are less common, and among these, those in near mint or mint condition are highly sought after by collectors. Condition plays a huge role in determining the value of this coin. Just like with any collectible, a coin's condition significantly impacts its worth. Coins that are heavily worn or have noticeable scratches or discoloration will be worth much less than those in near-perfect condition. In particular, the coins that come from uncirculated rolls, or those that have been graded by professional grading services such as PCGS or NGC, are the ones that can fetch the highest prices. The rarest of these coins are the ones that have been graded MS68 or higher, as they are considered to be in pristine condition. Coins in MS68 or higher grades can easily fetch $25,000 to $35,000 at auction, especially if they are part of a limited edition set or come with a certificate of authenticity. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. It's also important to note that the 1976 Eisenhower Bicentennial Dollar has enjoyed a solid market demand due to its connection to the bicentennial, making it one of the most desirable U.S. commemorative coins to own. The market for the 1976 Eisenhower Bicentennial Dollar has been steady over the years, but it has also seen some impressive spikes in value, particularly for the silver versions and coins in excellent condition. As mentioned, coins graded MS68 or higher are where collectors can really see a significant return on investment. These coins have been sold at auction for anywhere between $28,000 to $35,000, with some especially rare or well-preserved specimens even reaching higher prices. As for future appreciation, there is always the potential for values to increase as more time passes, especially as the coin becomes more nostalgic for future generations. The fact that the coin is tied to both the bicentennial and America's space age only adds to its cultural significance, meaning that it could become even more desirable in the years to come. Coins with such historical depth and cultural importance tend to hold their value well, if not increase in value over time, as fewer well-preserved specimens remain. The 1979 D. Susan B. Anthony Dollar remains one of the most interesting and, at times, controversial coins in American history. While it is part of a larger series of dollar coins designed to replace the beloved silver dollars of the past, it had a rocky start. Despite being a coin commemorating one of the most iconic figures in U.S. history, Susan B. Anthony, the coin didn't gain much traction when it was released in the late 1970s. However, over time, the Susan B. Anthony Dollar has grown into an important piece of numismatic history, especially in its rarest and highest grade forms. So, let's break down everything that makes this coin so compelling: its historical significance, design, minting process, rarity, condition factors, and its market value. Before diving into the details of the 1979 D. Susan B. Anthony Dollar, it's essential to understand the historical and cultural context that led to its creation. The 1970s were a time of change and innovation in America, with increasing interest in replacing paper currency with coinage for more practical reasons. The U.S. Mint wanted to introduce a new dollar coin that could be easily distinguished from other coins, and they hoped to create something that would become a mainstay in American currency. Susan B. Anthony was chosen to be the face of the coin for several reasons. First, she was one of the most influential figures in the history of the United States. As a leading suffragist, she fought tirelessly for women's rights and was instrumental in securing the right to vote for American women through the 19th Amendment. The U.S. Mint had never featured a woman on U.S. coinage, so placing Susan B. Anthony on the dollar was an important symbolic gesture. However, the timing of the release and the general design of the coin did not lead to the widespread acceptance the Mint had hoped for. The coin's size and color were problematic, it was very close in size to a quarter, and many people found it difficult to differentiate the two, leading to confusion in circulation. This led to the coin's swift withdrawal from general use, even though it was minted from 1979 through 1981. Ironically, even though it wasn't successful as a circulating coin, the Susan B. Anthony dollar has become a highly collectible piece, and some of its rarest versions are worth a lot today. The 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar has a design that's both simple and profound. The obverse of the coin features a portrait of Susan B. Anthony, designed by artist Frank Gasparo, who was the chief engraver at the U.S. Mint at the time. Anthony's image is shown in profile, with the words Liberty arcing above her head and "In God We Trust" inscribed below. The year 1979 is also positioned at the bottom of the coin. While Gasparo's design was intended to portray Susan B. Anthony with dignity, some critics felt that the image didn't do justice to her significance in American history. The design was widely regarded as unflattering, and many believed that the portrait didn't reflect the power of her legacy as much as other coin designs had captured their subjects. In addition, the Susan B. Anthony dollar was the first coin to feature a woman prominently on U.S. currency, which added an extra layer of importance to its release, regardless of how well the design itself was received. On the reverse of the coin, there's a more traditional eagle in flight, designed by Gilroy Roberts, who had created the design for the John F. Kennedy half-dollar. The eagle is surrounded by the words United States of America, e pluribus unum, and the denomination of $1. When the U.S. Mint produced this coin, the goal was to make it a useful, widely accepted piece of currency. However, one of the key factors that led to the coin's failure was its size. The Susan B. Anthony dollar was about the same size as the quarter, both were 26.5 millimeters in diameter, making it difficult to distinguish them when they were in people's pockets or wallets. Additionally, the Susan B. Anthony dollar was made out of a copper-nickel-clad composition that didn't have the gold-like appearance many were hoping for, leading to even more confusion. The coin was minted at several facilities across the U.S. in 1979, with the 1979 version coming specifically from the Denver Mint. The Denver Mint's version of the coin has become especially sought after, particularly when it's in high-grade condition, as fewer were produced than the Philadelphia Mint versions. When it comes to rarity, the 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar is interesting because, while millions were minted, not all versions are equally valuable. As with many coins, the condition plays a significant role in determining its worth. In terms of how many were produced, it's important to note that a massive quantity of coins was struck. Over 500 million coins of all varieties were minted across the different years of the series. The 1979 variety is one of the most commonly found coins from the series, but it has some very notable exceptions. One of the key features that numismatists look for in a valuable 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar is the type of die used. In 1979, there was an error that led to two different types of the 1979 coin being struck. One of the types is a wide rim variety, while the other is the narrow rim variety. The narrow rim variety is considered much rarer, and it has a significantly higher market value compared to the more common wide rim variety. Because of this difference, collectors and investors pay close attention to the rim size when evaluating the coin. In terms of the condition of the coin, the general rule applies: the higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. Coins that are uncirculated, never used in circulation, or that are in near perfect condition, such as those graded MS 67 or better, can command substantial premiums. The 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar typically has a face value of $1 in circulated condition, but if the coin has been graded at a higher MS 68 or MS 69, it could be worth anywhere from $5,000 to $15,000 or even more at auction. A narrow rim variety, in uncirculated condition and graded highly, could see prices climbing into the $25,000 to $32,000 range, making it one of the most desirable varieties among collectors. The scarcity of high-grade examples and the historical importance of the coin are driving factors behind the high value of these rarer versions. The 2000p Sacagawea Dollar is a remarkable coin in American numismatic history, as it was the first of a new generation of dollar coins designed by the U.S. Mint. Released at the turn of the millennium, this coin was part of a significant effort to modernize U.S. currency while honoring a pivotal figure in American history, Sacagawea, the Shoshone woman who played a crucial role in the Lewis and Clark expedition. The coin's release not only marked the beginning of a new coinage era but also represented the U.S. Mint's desire to break away from the traditional dollar coin designs, creating something fresh and enduring. The creation of the Sacagawea dollar was part of a larger initiative by the U.S. Mint to redesign the dollar coin, which had struggled for acceptance with the public since the discontinuation of the Eisenhower dollar in the late 1970s. The Mint wanted to produce a coin that was easily distinguishable from other coins in circulation, particularly because previous attempts, such as the Susan B. Anthony dollar, had suffered from confusion due to their similar size to quarters. The Sacagawea dollar was specifically designed to stand out, both in appearance and symbolism. The coin's debut in the year 2000 was an especially important moment in U.S. history, as it occurred at the dawn of the new millennium, a time when many Americans were reflecting on the nation's past, present, and future. The Sacagawea dollar was not just a way to pay homage to Sacagawea's critical role in the Lewis and Clark expedition but also a symbol of the contributions of Native American women, who had often been overlooked in American history. Sacagawea's journey across the western United States, guiding the expedition through unfamiliar terrain, was a heroic feat, and it is fitting that her legacy would be immortalized on this new coin. Another important aspect of the 2000p Sacagawea dollar is the context of its release alongside a series of commemorative programs. The coin was designed to complement the broader theme of American heritage, linking the present to the past while providing a coin that could be used in day-to-day commerce. Its release was part of a wider effort by the Mint to encourage the public to embrace coins over paper currency, especially in the age of increasing economic activity and the need for practical solutions in everyday transactions. The design of the 2000p Sacagawea dollar is striking in both its simplicity and elegance. On the obverse, Sacagawea herself is portrayed in profile, with her child strapped to her back. The artist, Glenn Harrison, captured Sacagawea with great dignity, conveying her strength and resilience. Her gaze is forward, symbolizing the determination and leadership she exhibited during the Lewis and Clark expedition. Surrounding her figure are the words "Liberty and in God We Trust," while the year of mintage, 2000, is positioned below. The choice to feature Sacagawea and her child on the front of the coin was an intentional decision to highlight both Sacagawea's personal history and her important role as a mother and guide. The reverse design of the coin is equally symbolic. It features a soaring eagle, designed by Thomas D. Rogers, and the words United States of America, along with E pluribus unum and the denomination $1. The eagle, which represents freedom, strength, and resilience, beautifully complements Sacagawea's own story. The design also emphasizes the idea of movement and progress, qualities that were central to the expedition she helped lead. The 2000p Sacagawea dollar was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, and it was the first coin of the Sacagawea dollar series, which would continue until 2008. The coin's composition is made of copper, manganese, nickel, and zinc, which gives it a distinctive golden color, making it easily distinguishable from other U.S. coins in circulation. The new, visually distinct color of the coin was intended to encourage the public to embrace the coin over paper dollars. Unfortunately, despite the Mint's efforts to promote it, the Sacagawea dollar didn't immediately gain widespread circulation or acceptance. However, as a result of its symbolic importance and distinctive design, the coin eventually gained attention from collectors and investors alike. Rarity and condition factors affecting value. Unlike other more common coins, the 2000p Sacagawea dollar is not as readily available in large quantities, particularly in uncirculated or high-grade condition. As with most collectible coins, the value of the 2000p Sacagawea dollar depends heavily on its condition, and coins that are graded highly can command significant premiums in the market. While millions of 2000p Sacagawea dollars were minted, high-quality specimens are far less common. The key condition for value is the grade assigned to the coin by a certified grading service, such as PCGS or NGC. A coin that is graded MS67 or better will always fetch a higher price than one with visible wear or imperfections. The reason is simple: higher-grade coins are much rarer, and collectors and investors are willing to pay a premium for well-preserved examples. However, the 2000p Sacagawea dollar also has specific varieties that further enhance its value. One of the most well-known is the wide rim variety, which refers to a subtle difference in the distance between the rim and the edge of the coin. Coins exhibiting this variety can be worth much more than those with the standard rim. The wide rim version, in excellent condition, can significantly increase the coin's value, with some examples fetching upwards of $10,000 to $15,000 at auction, particularly if they are graded MS-67 or higher. Error coins are also important in the realm of rare 2000p Sacagawea dollars. Certain striking errors, such as off-center strikes or double dies, can create extremely rare specimens that are highly sought after by collectors. These coins can have a premium price depending on the rarity of the error and the overall condition of the coin. For instance, a double die error on a 2000p Sacagawea dollar can fetch several $1,000s, especially if the error is prominent and the coin is in mint condition. When it comes to the 2000p Sacagawea dollar, the market is very much focused on the highest grade examples and rare varieties. In standard condition, a typical 2000p Sacagawea dollar might be worth $25 to $50. However, the value increases dramatically for coins with exceptional preservation. Coins graded MS-67 can reach $5,000 to $8,000, while those graded MS-68 can push well into the $15,000 to $20,000 range. The rare wide rim variety in certain error specimens can exceed even these amounts, with wide rim coins in MS-67 or higher fetching anywhere from $15,000 to $20,000. The most pristine, high-quality examples of this variety could even fetch prices approaching $30,000 or more at auction.